Please rise for our national anthem. Alright, folks. Welcome to All the Dirt. We're going to be live here at Knoxville Speedway. Pro late models tearing it up this evening. We got Joey Brewer, top of the points, or top of the practice session. But it looks like he's loaded that car up and won't make the heat races. Must have busted something during hot laps. Michael Steele, Donnie Bartlett, Ben Morrow, and Devin Smith are our top 5 fastest cars. Tom Queering returning tonight for the Dirtkars Pro Late Model Series. Happy to have him back with us once again. And we got just about a minute and a half left to practice. And that track's already looking pretty slick. Tom's got that rocket licked up pretty nice. Fresh wrap on that car done by Misfit Creations. Justin Walbring hooking them up. That always feels pretty good. Looking pretty fly in a new wrap. How's everybody doing this fine Thursday night? All right. Heat race number 1. Going to be getting ready to get going green here. We're getting ready to go, John. All right. Starting on the pole. Not quite sure why our standings aren't working. There we go. On the front row, we got Mr. Devin Smith and Michael Hermes. Inside row number 2, we got the 75 of Mr. Ben Morrow. And Joey Brewer should have been on the outside of him, but he is scratched for the heat races. What's for supper, John? Hope it's something good. Did you make enough for all of us? Better question yet, is it the Chicken Shack? All right, we're going to go green. Coming out of turn number 4, Smith and Hermes are going to lead us to the green. Nice. Good call. All right, we're going to go on green. Here they go. Smith and Hermes going to charge down into turn number 1. Devin Smith with a slight advantage, but Hermes is going to hook up on that outside line. Drag race down the back straightaway, sail him off into turn number 3. Hermes crossover move. A little bit of contact, but nothing major. Devin Smith now on that high side. Michael Hermes down low trying to do the slide job. Devin Smith's going to power back around him on the top. The 95 of Devin Smith this season has been looking pretty strong. Hermes trying to chase him down. You can see how slick that track is getting on entry. Grit grip on the hood of that number 95 machine. Maybe that's helping him lay that power down to the track. Smith has built up a little bit of a cushion now over second place. Last lap around, Ben Morrow back there in third did set the fastest time at an 18.14. Four laps to go. Ben has found something, but it might be a little too late for this heat race. Have to tuck that away into the memory banks for the feature. Two laps to go. Devin Smith so far has led every lap of this heat race. Michael Hermes coming on strong in the last couple laps here. Pulling Ben Morrow up there with him as well. Ben Morrow really up on that high side. Ooh, we got some contact made. Hermes charging down low. White flag is in the air. Smith gonna send it. Smith falls back to second. Michael Hermes with the win. Ben Morrow finishing third. All right, heat race number 2. Starting on the pole, Donnie Bartlett. Michael Steele's going to be on the outside in that number 5 car. Ray Unk Andrews down low. With the 46 of Tom Queering up high. Alright, we got 10 laps of distance. Get some damage done to the 46 car already. Hey Mitchell, how you doing, buddy? Now, one of these days we got to see if you can come out and race with us in the Dirt Car series. Are you a fan of Dirt Cars? Alright, pace car dips off. We're going to go green when the flag man waves that green flag. Michael Steele gets a good jump on that outside. Donnie Bartlett coming back on the bottom. Side by side as they exit turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. That's okay, neither am I. We have fun though. Bartlett with some problems with that 21 falling to the back. Michael Steele taking over the lead. Josh, you should come join us on Thursday nights. At least for the mini stocks. Those are just fun. You get to bang some doors. I know you got a car. Michael Steele got a fairly comfortable gap over the second place at Queering. As long as he doesn't bump a wall, he's got this one in the bag. Thursday, one more day this week. Been working 10-hour days all week. Been a good time. Michael Steele, he's off in his own little zip code. Tom Queering running in second. Ray Unk Andrews in third. Donnie Bartlett in fourth. Oh, work right now. Oh. You working the swing shift or you working graveyards? Final lap for the number 5 car, Michael Steele. That number 5 car looking mighty sexy. I love those colors he was put on there. Michael looking to get back-to-back champions. Alright, we're going to have a couple minute warm-up here. Don't forget to go down to the beer garden and pick yourself up a frosty cold beverage. And don't forget to run on down to see Randy down in the chicken shack. Tonight's special is we have a 3-piece chicken strip with fries for $4.99. Alright, practice is winding up. We're going to be going to green flag racing here in just a minute. Oh, look at that, matching cars, kinda. Alright, starting on the front row, our heat race winners, Michael Hermes and Michael Steele. Row number 2, got Tom Query and Devin Smith. Row number 3, we got the 75 car of Ben Morrow and Ray Andrews. Outside row number 4, we got Mr. Donnie Bartlett. And that is your Dirtkars Thursday Night Pro Late Models starting lineup. Alright, alright, alright. Green flag racing about to commence here at Knoxville. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, wave the drivers by as we get ready to go green flag racing from Knoxville. Hermie's going to jump out to a quick start over Michael Steele. Steele, Hermes, Smith. And here comes the 46 of Tom Queering, putting a bid in for a pole spot. 50 laps of difference here for our A main. Oh, things are getting a little jerky. Sorry about that, folks. Should smooth out here. Hermes and Steele checking out early in this one. Smith and Query are in third and fourth. Ray Andrews, Donnie Bartlett fifth and sixth. Ben Morrow has fallen Bellboy back to seventh. Third to sixth, very close. Ray Andrews looking underneath the 46 of Queering. Not quite able to find anything. Andrews all over the back bumper of Queering. A little crossed up there, lost a little bit of ground. Donnie Bartlett making it 3 wide. No, that actually is not. The 75 of Ben Morrow was painted up by, I do believe, Devin Smith. The 21 car of Donnie Bartlett here, this was a FALCONGRAFIX car. Jump back up front, check out this battle up front. Michael Steele keeping the 51 honest. Michael's going to send it in low, slide job. 51 with the crossover move. They're going to be side by side as they come. Oh, we got contact between the leaders. Hermes up into the wall after the contact. The car looks to be okay. Yeah, I really like how that 21 car turned out. Michael Steele takes over the lead on lap 13. Will Hermes be able to get it back? Devin Smith currently running in third. Ray Andrews in fourth. Donnie Bartlett looking to make a move on the bottom. He has him at the line. Donnie now setting the sights on the 95. Oh, he gets up into the burb. Gets a little tag from the 420. Hey, James, how you doing, bud? Oh, we got more contact. Caution is out.
You need a medic?
He says yes. Send the hot blonde paramedic to him.
Michael Steele is going to be the leader as we get our first caution of the night. Jump back here and see what happened with Ray. He gets into the back of the 21, gets clipped by the 46. Ooh, lots of damage to that 420 machine. We do not run any fast repairs here, so unfortunately, if Ray is going to want to make it back out, he's going to have to fix all that damage. Looks like Michael Hermes is opting to start on the high side in that 51. So that'll put Devin Smith down low. Michael Steele out front by himself. We're going to get re-racked, restacked. Lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing live from Knoxville. Just a little bit though, huh, Mitchell? Green flag is out. Michael Steele's going to rocket to the front. So when we do restarts, the leader is the one that controls the restart. So when they go when he goes. Jump back to the 21, see if that damage is going to blow him up at all. Ooh, 46 gets into the back of Donnie just a little bit there. Oh, Donnie gets up into the wall. That's going to slow him down just a little bit. Good hard racing between these guys. Lots of respect shown. Donnie's going to send it down on the bottom. Nothing doing that time, but he's going to try it again in this corner. He's got a good run. Can't quite get the momentum to slide up in front of the 95. Here comes Tom Queering back at him. Donnie's going to send that 21 in there deep this corner. Devin Smith battles back on that high side. Now here comes the 46 of Queering. Michael Steele getting a bit of a gap now. Just about a second gap over second place of Michael Hermes. Devin Smith hauling the mail in third. Tom Queering has gotten around Donnie Bartlett for fourth. Moves Donnie back to fifth. Ben Morrow in sixth. Unfortunately for Ray Andrews, tons of damage to that 420 machine. He's in the pits. And unable to start tonight, Joey Brewer. Joey did have one of the quickest times in practice. It would have been interesting to see how well he would have done. And just like that, we're over halfway to the end of this one. Michael Steele now with a 1.5 second lead over Michael Hermes. Devin Smith in third. Donnie Bartlett challenging for fourth. Ben Morrow trying to get some momentum on that high side. Bartlett and Morrow continue to battle side by side as Tom Queering is trying to get a run on the 95. 18 laps to go. Michael Hermes still riding in second. Ben Morrow sends it in deep. He loses all of it on corner exit. $15 laps to go. Michael Steele up front all by himself. No challengers in sight. Just focused on hitting his marks, keeping it out of the fence. In second currently with Michael Hermes. Devin Smith trying to hold off the rest of the pack. Here comes Donnie Bartlett. Oh! Queering gets into the back of him. There's the caution.
Nick, if it gives me a black flag when I come out of the pits, would you mind clearing them for me? I didn't realize which direction pit road was and I accidentally drove off of it and then back on.
Hopefully no penalties there, and we'll see what happens. Alright, drivers, good luck. Alright. Only the second caution of the night. Michael Steele is going to lead us back to the green flag. Pace car's off. He's mashing that loud pedal. The 51 of Hermes now all over the back bumper. Hermes going to slide job him. Steele's going to try to return the favor. Hermes keeps him tight. A little bit of contact made between our leaders. Exactly what Devin Smith wants to see in third. Ten laps to go for Michael Hermes. Devin Smith, Michael Steele, Ben Morrow, Tom Queering, Donnie Bartlett. Devin Smith moves up into third. Michael Steele, after having such a huge lead, gets it taken away by a caution flag. Now fighting to hold on to second, trying to reel back Hermes. Seven laps to go. Steele's able to get to the bumper on entry. Ooh, he's getting up into the wall. Devin Smith catching him. Steele pulls right up to the back bumper of Hermes once again. Top three very close. 2 laps to go. Michael Hermes looking to steal this one away from Steele. Devin Smith sitting in the catbird seat hoping they make a mistake. He's going to dive bomb it in there. Try to do a slide job on that number 5 car. He gets to his rear quarter panel on exit. Last corner. Michael Hermes for the win. Steele in second. Devin Smith in third. Ben Morrow, Donnie Bartlett, Tom Queering.
Sorry about stuff getting fence there, Tom. I spent the first 35 laps of that race trying to save as much tire as I possibly could for that scenario, and I thought there was a little bit more in between us, but I didn't want to get bottled up any longer in my head, too. And, yeah, oh, he's gone.
Let us know when the pitcher's ready.
All right, we got the driver of that 95 car, Mr. Devin Smith. Started in third, finished in third, but man, you were right there all night long.
Well, I don't know about right there all night long. The first, 38 laps, we kind of let him get away, but it was mostly due to tire saving, trying not to kill the right rear so I could put the charge on if there was a late caution.
Man, you guys, you tried everything you could those last couple laps to get back to Mr. Michael Hermes.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I just had the same pace as them. I assume my tires were better, but hell if I know. But yeah, no, it was a very much a one groove racetrack, pretty much the entire night. Because even though I was saving tires on the top, no, it seemed like no one could get by me.
Yeah, you definitely had those guys bottlenecked up behind you.
A good old choo-choo train.
Well, that 95 is looking pretty strong. You're having a pretty good season.
Yeah, yeah, I think we've been podium every race besides the one that I didn't show up to, and oh, excuse me, and last week or whenever we were at Volusia.
Sure. Let's do a
But
quick
yeah,
update on the points, see where we're at.
other than that, we've had a pretty good season. Felt like I was definitely closer to them at the beginning of the season, but now they're starting to pull away a bit on speed. So we'll see.
All right, so point standings right now as we sit. Michael Steele has a 1 point advantage over Mike Hermes.
There.
You are in third, but you're only 17 points out.
But not too bad.
Patrick,
Oh,
And I think
Well,
we have 5 races left.
well, hopefully we can slowly pick them off, but yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to do that or not.
All it takes is one bad race for someone to be dropped out of the points.
Very true. One bad race or just not showing up. So
Yep.
we'll see.
Let's see. Where are we at next week, sir? Do you know?
I do not. I was just about to look. Where is
Lernerville.
Lernerville?
Someone's
Well,
going off the top of that track.
I was just about to say, as long as we can keep it in the bowl and not out of the bowl, we'll be fine.
It's always tough to do sometimes at Lernerville.
It
So,
really is, especially when the top line is dominant there. It
yep.
is hard to stay right on that cushion.
Yep, just misjudge it ever so slightly and you're going for a ride.
You definitely are going for a ride, especially if you go off on a turn 2. You are going down the giant hill in the back.
Yep.
Which I feel like is a safety hazard, and they really shouldn't have built a racetrack like that. But you know what? More power to them.
There you go. All right, buddy. You finished third tonight. Who do you want to give a shout?
You guys, like always, putting on the races. And the group of guys we got, even though it is still kind of lackluster in the car count, wish we could get them up back to where we were last season and the season before when we had at least a constant, what I think, 12 to 13, 14.
Yep, I think that's a good number myself.
Yeah. So hopefully we can get back there. If not later this season, hopefully next season we can bring in some new blood.
All right,
But
buddy. Well, thanks for helping put on a great show every week. We really appreciate it, and we'll
Thank
see you
you.
back next week at Lernerville, and hopefully you keep all 4 tires on the track.
Yes, hopefully we do keep all 4 tires on the track. That is always the goal there.
All right, you have a wonderful night.
All right, you too.
Oh. All right, now we got the right Michael. Driver of that number 5 car led the first 38, 40 laps, Mr. Michael Steele.
What's going on, buddy?
Not much. Man, you walked away from them boys at the beginning of that race.
Yeah, I can't do that whole tire saving crap. I mean, I'm doing it to an extent, but I'd rather go out there and just race and try to put on a show. So yeah, me and Hermes just walked away from everybody, and glad I was doing my best to make sure that one of us won.
You guys put a pretty good battle after that last caution. Hermes was able to get you there. I think a little bit of contact might have been involved, but man, you guys raced pretty hard.
Yeah, it was always fun with racing with Hermes, and like I said a couple weeks ago, I knew that his first win was coming, and he got it a couple weeks ago, and then yeah, glad to actually be racing in this one where he got to see him win. So yeah, he did a little bit better job of saving tire there. He tried to even back me down, but I wasn't. I knew that if we didn't have a caution, that I was gonna walk away from everybody. So I was just trying to put on a show, and unfortunately, that caution came out.
Yes, sir. Always seems to bite us sometimes.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. It's glad to at least get that heat race win, and I know that he'll catch up on me at points a little bit, but yeah, I mean at least that points battle will keep the season exciting going rest of the way.
Yep, as of right now, I updated the points. You have a 1-point lead over Hermes.
Yeah, like I said, I knew he was definitely going to gain on me some, so yeah. Just look at the schedule. See, I know that you probably have it faster than I do.
Lernerville.
Yeah, that's actually one that I told him that he would have a good chance of getting his first win at earlier in the season because he kicked my butt later last season in the modified. So yeah, Lernerville, I'm not expecting much, hoping for the best. Houston, Kokomo, Cedar Lake are all going to be pretty good tracks for me. So
Yeah, nice solid tracks to finish out the season.
Yeah, I always like the smaller tracks, and little bit more driver track rather than just going balls to the wall. So yeah, we'll hope we don't fly into the trees next week at Lernerville and have to replace the sim chassis. But yeah, we'll get through that week and see where we look the rest of the way out.
All right, buddy. Your dad was cheering you on, told you had a great race and good job, and so that's always fun to watch.
Yeah, we did our best, but like I said, glad to, if it wasn't gonna be me winning, I'd rather see Hermes win. Being my teammate, and he's worked his ass off. So yeah, shout out to him for winning. Always got to give a shout out to Marcy and Vivi, my parents, Still Graphic Designs, Ross Dalton Racing, Archangel Custom Welding and Fabrication, JBM 51 Raceworks, Peanut Baker Racing, Rise Bracelets, Elite, Performance Industries, Mama Tried Welding Caps, you and Dean and Tom for everything y'all do at the broadcast and race. And yeah, we'll hopefully get to talk to you next week.
All right, buddy. You have a wonderful night. Always good to see that number 5 car setting the pace.
Yeah, absolutely, buddy. We'll do our best to put on another show next week.
All right, you have a wonderful night.
You as well, buddy.
All right, driver of that number 51 car, Mike Hermes.
What's going on, Mick? How you doing?
Doing pretty good, buddy. Second win of the season for you.
Yeah, we got lucky on this one tonight. I thought I was just gonna settle in for 1-2. Then that last restart came out, kind of regrouped, got us a game plan going, and then we just executed. And luckily enough, that slider worked in the 1 and 2 on steel, and I was able to keep it from there.
Yeah, it looked like you might have saved a little bit more tires than Michael was able to, but that 51 car was strong tonight.
Yeah, I tried to. I seen the third place car was about 2.5 seconds out, so I was like, oh, I'll just save it a little bit, just roll on the top, and just ease into the throttle coming out the corners and the moisture, and it helped me out a lot tonight.
Yes, it did, and you closed the gap on Steele for the points. You are 1 point behind him right now.
All right, this is a nail biter season, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. We got, 4 races left? Next week we're off to Lernerville. A little bit of a tricky track, making sure you keep that thing in the track.
Yeah, that's the most important thing without having no outside walls. It's just nothing but a lip that there's a fine line you gotta ride on that one. If not, it'll send you off the track and it'll end your night.
Oh yeah, real quick. I've had that happen several times. But it's always fun to race there.
Oh yeah, it's fun, and I'm pretty sure every year that we race there, I've ended up somersaulting or barrel rolling off of 1 and 2 or 3 and 4 or somewhere. I'm hoping it's not the case this year.
Well, congratulations on getting your second win of the season. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
I gotta give a shout out to my boy Matt, Paradise Gaming. Obviously Michael Steele, Steel Graphics and Designs, Ryan Competition, Speed Ranch, Longhorn, Auto Detailing by Leslie, RDR, PBR, JBM, 51 Raceworks, and yeah, that's about it. Oh, and my wife, I can't forget that.
Oh yeah, don't forget her.
No, I can't. She's up there taking care of the baby right now, so I can do this. So I'm really grateful.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you back next week and to see how you do in this points battle.
Yeah, I can't wait, Mick. Learn the verse of 50-50, so hope a lady luck's on our side that night.
All right, buddy. You have a wonderful night.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here at All the Dirt. Come back Monday night for the Full Throttle Beard Gen 6 series. We look forward to seeing you then. Have a good night.